A cloud band and cold front will move from the west coast of Australia to the east this weekend, bringing some wet and windy weather for multiple states. Let's take a look at the details now. We'll start by looking at our water vapour satellite imagery. Our water vapour satellite imagery shows us where moisture is moving in the atmosphere. And on this map today, our eyes are drawn to the southwest, where this band of green is moving towards southwest Western Australia. The green colours show us higher moisture levels streaming in ahead of a cold front. It's this system which is going to move across the country in the coming days. Today, we're expecting to see that cold front approaching the southwest coast. Cloud will really build through western and southern parts of Western Australia ahead of this system, with a few isolated showers as well. But most of the wet weather will come when the cold front crosses the coast as we go into Saturday. That's when we're likely to see rain areas and showers becoming more extensive across much of western and southern Western Australia. The cold front will continue to move east through the weekend. Late Saturday into Sunday, we're going to see this cold front crossing the Great Australian Bight and pushing towards the southeast. Now, rain will continue through parts of Western Australia, but it will also start to build first through Tasmania and then across parts of South Australia, Victoria and New South Wales as the system moves through. It'll clear out Monday into Tuesday with drier weather for the southeast, although we may still see some showers continuing further west. And rainfall really is one of the first watch points for this weekend. Our day-by-day rainfall totals are not expected to be terribly high, but our accumulations over the coming days may be significant for some. Looking at our rainfall totals from midnight last night out to midday on Tuesday, we can see a focus on the southwest and in the far southeast. Taking a look at the southwest first of all, in Western Australia, a number of areas that could see moderate accumulations include southern parts of the Gascoyne, the Goldfields, Wheatbelt and Eucla districts, as well as parts of the southwest coast. Some areas could see as much as 50 millimetres accumulating over the course of the weekend. Further east, we're really looking at fairly low to locally moderate rainfall accumulations. The exception will be Tasmania, where moderate to high accumulations are possible in the north and west, and this is coming on top of what's already been quite a wet week for Tasmania. Our next weather hazard to be aware of is the risk of strong to damaging winds across the southeast through the later part of the weekend. I'm looking at winds above the surface here to get a picture of where those strongest winds are moving in the atmosphere. We're likely to see those strong winds reaching Tasmania first from Sunday morning or so, later extending to parts of Victoria and New South Wales as the cold front moves through. Now, the winds will ease as the front moves off into the Tasman Sea Monday into Tuesday, but still over the weekend we could see severe weather warnings for damaging winds issued for parts of Tasmania, Victoria and New South Wales. Those winds are most likely from Sunday, so we could see the warnings as early as tomorrow, Saturday. Our next key hazard is going to be the fire dangers across the southeast. Now, it's going to be quite a warm weekend for the southeastern states, and where those warm, dry conditions combine with the strong winds, we will see high fire dangers emerging. Now, this is significant because we're just starting to move into the fire weather season for southeastern Australia. These high fire dangers could impact parts of South Australia, Victoria, Tasmania and New South Wales, and it's definitely a hazard to build into your plans through the weekend, particularly if those plans are for outdoor activities. So just to recap our key weather watch points for this weekend. First of all, the rainfall accumulations through parts of southern and western Australia and for parts of western Tasmania. Secondly, the strong to damaging winds developing across the southeastern states from around Sunday or so. Thirdly, the heat and fire dangers that we're likely to see across southeastern Australia over the weekend. Now, as always, you can find the detailed forecasts and warnings for your area via the Bureau's website, the Bomb Weather app, and via our social media. Have a good weekend, and we'll catch you next time.